It's Rachel. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad that you're here today. In this video, I want to talk a little bit about being an entrepreneur and the challenges and the things that you go through when you run your own business. I have three businesses because I have seized on three different opportunities. One of them is my video production business called Renegade Digital Post. It is definitely the business that featured a lot on this channel a few years ago. The second business is Take Your Snapshots, where we use Polaroids to do photo activations for events and companies. And that business I started right at the very end of 2019 with one of my really good friends. And then the third business I started, and when the opportunity came up, I said, there's no way I'm going to start a third business, but it was the second time that this business came back at me, and I was like, I have to jump on this because there's no way it's going to come back to me a third time. So I started that business, and that's called Skate Scooties, and I invented a product for roller skaters. So the hard part about being an entrepreneur is that you need to have a product offer that people want to buy. And you need to have a steady stream of clients and customers that want that product. And when you have three businesses like I do, that means making some pretty hard choices. A hard choice that I made in 2023 was to temporarily close Renegade Digital Post so I could focus on building Skate Scooties. I'm glad that I did that, but now I need to reboot Renegade because I need a steady source of income. Something that's challenging as an entrepreneur is making ends meet. I luck out more than most people do in that my husband is our primary breadwinner and everything that I'm working on is icing on the cake. The icing on the cake is really needed because we need the extra income. My medical bills are causing some financial issues. So right now, my big goal with my business is to just cover the medical bills. The thing about restarting Renegade is that that's going to take some time and effort. When you've closed down a business for a couple of years, like the rebuild process is not easy. What'd you find? You ready to keep going? You're getting all wet. Come on, let's go. There's three primary reasons why I put Renegade Digital Post on pause in 2023. The big one is that I needed to make space to launch Skate Scooties and to get it functioning and off the ground. It took a lot of work and it took a lot of time away from what I could do with Renegade. The other thing is that AI tools suddenly burst upon the scene. This is when Midjourney and ChatGPT became things that everybody could really start using without a lot of headache. But that also meant a lot of disruption in the video production industry as new tools suddenly became available, and the plethora of them were a lot to keep up as they just kept coming out and changing everything. On top of that, the needs of the market were changing a lot as people were starting to use a lot more vertical video, as they were starting to use a lot more video podcasts. Like, the opportunities exploded. But when it came to the kind of work that I was doing, working on promotions, working on company stuff, that really was a marketplace and a product that was starting to change. And so I needed to pivot the business into something new. So one of the things I'm trying to do is pivot my editing business into something that's a little bit more on point and meeting the needs of today's businesses, nonprofits, and individuals who have their own businesses. That is to create a new product for them that is cutting social media videos. I always used to tell people that, you don't need me when you're doing social, you can do all of that yourself. And the reality is that that's not actually true anymore. The demand for social video has only gotten higher. I mean, look at TikTok, look at Instagram Reels, video, 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 video. And if you're somebody who doesn't already have those skills, you either start paying attention to what the memes are, and so then you start trying to mimic those memes for your business. You then jump on a hamster wheel of trying to figure out what is the current thing that I need to then hack. You also get into this focus of, I don't know what to talk about. And as a result, nobody actually knows what your business does. Nobody knows why you're in business. And I was thinking about it because I have bought some stuff off of social media, and the places that I have bought from have always been businesses that have told me about their product. They didn't sell me because they did a really great meme. They did it because they told me about their product and what it was. And I was like, how can I make that kind of content accessible for other people who don't have the skills that I have? And so this is something that I'm busy tooling away with, trying to figure out. And so today, that's what I've been working on. Last winter and spring, I had two opportunities that came up. One, I started working for my neighbor, watching her two boys during the year while she worked as a teacher. And I also did a solo art show for the very first time in my life. And these two opportunities taught me two different things. One, I am not a nanny. I do not like working as a nanny, and the opportunity to do something that I don't like as my primary day job reminded me and taught me that I really need to focus on doing the things that I love in order to earn my living. I need to focus on video production. I need to focus on my roller skate invention. I need to focus on the instant photography businesses. These things bring me joy, and that is good for me in terms of my mental and physical health. The second thing is that the art show really brought to light to me this idea that I need to be creating a lot more in my life. I've been making art since I was little. This is something that is a deep part of me. I went through all of my paperwork and I found this art piece that I made when I was 6. I had put it in a juried show that our church did, and seeing that showed me just how much this has been a part of my life, but I never recognized it. Part of my purpose in life is to be a creator. If you've seen my video on the Wonder Workshop from 2017, I haven't made it the priority that it should be. And that's something that I need to do. Watching my neighbor's boys took all of my energy out of me. I had nothing left to put into my own work at the end of the day. And rebooting Renegade Digital Post is going to give me the opportunity to have the income that I need in order to do that.
Creating space for the reader to kind of breathe is something that I haven't done a lot in my past books. This one is very simple though. There's a lot of pages too. This one I won't be able to read it.
So now that I'm coming back into Renegade Digital Post and video production now in 2025, the AI world has had its time to just kind of settle out. And so right now I'm using a tool called Eddy.ai that does rough cuts. When I talked to a friend of mine named Jeff Greenberg about using this, and he's explaining hey, this is this cool tool, this is how we're gonna use it. And I was like, Jeff, what are we gonna do? As editors, what are we gonna do now that software like this is taking a lot of our work out from us? And he's like, don't think of it that way. Think of it as freeing up more time to be creative. Now that I'm cutting these videos, I have probably 12 different little social media clips all isolated, and all of, not just chunks, but I mean sections of things cut together and strung along in what I would call a block edit or a rough edit. And I've had them done now in maybe 2 hours. My prior experience with this would be to do text-based editing, which means generating a transcript, going in, pulling out all the sections that I wanted, and then having the rough cut editor just put together the timeline for me. It's a great way of doing things, it's excellent, but I'm still having to read that transcript and having to make those cuts on paper, on digital paper, and then I'm still doing that processing in my head, this clip goes with this clip goes with that, this clip goes with this, and this thing is doing that process for me. The fact that the AI is good enough now to recognize that stuff is amazing. And the fact that it's chunking this out so much faster for a product that doesn't require oodles of nitty-gritty work This is pretty freaking fantastic. Just wanted to explain a little bit about what's going on behind the scenes here and how I'm using this, because this is a completely different workflow that I'm used to, but I can already see this is going to be a big game changer. In December, my mom bought one of my pieces of artwork, and she sent me a thank you card after she received it, and on it she put the phrase, "Use your wings." I decided to frame it for two reasons. One, it's an amazing piece of artwork from my mom, and I want to have it around me. The second is that I need that reminder to use my wings. If you ever watch a bird learning how to fly, it generally involves their parents pushing them out of the nest and letting them fall. And in the process of falling, the bird naturally wants to spread its wings, and in that moment discovers that those wings will support them and carry them. And in that moment, that instinct to fly kicks in. It's terrifying to fall, and it's terrifying to try. Do you trust yourself enough to do the things that you can do? And for me, my wings include doing the things that I love, creating new content, creating new images, bringing new products to market. It includes the things that I love to do for fun, like crafting, going to new places and exploring, roller skating, going out on walks. These are all the things that I need to have in my life, and I need to trust them that they are going to carry me through and to fly.
First official trail skate at Wash Park of 2025. And I'm a happy camper.
I need to do the things that I love to do, not do the things that I think I should be doing. I need to pursue the work that makes me happy. And rebooting my business at this time is exactly what will make me happy. Every time I sit in front of my computer and I start cutting, I feel a sense of joy. I know it's the skill set that I'm supposed to be using and the things that I'm supposed to be making. That's the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!